Hello and welcome to the channel. Now in today's video I've got this. Now this beauty is the F8 Pro from Gamesir, and it claims to be able to cool down your device using what they call semiconductor refrigeration, being able to cool the device in 1 second. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to unbox it. We're going to go over the device itself. It is super light. And finally, test its claim to cool down your device. That is really cold. So wow! So join me as we turn up the lights, put this down on the tech desk, the F8 Pro mobile cooling grip from Gamesir. Welcome down onto the tech desk. As you saw in the introduction and on the unboxing, here it is then. This is the F8 Pro mobile cooling grip. And what we're going to do in this part of the video is we're just going to go over it. I'm just going to talk about a few of the features and the build and all sorts of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get this bad boy and we're going to start testing the temperature of it. Not very scientific, but pretty accurate. This thing is quite good. So I should be able to test the temperature of the phone and of this. So I'll see if its claim of cooling in a second works. So as I say, in the box, I love Gamesir because they give you some stickers, which I think is absolutely fantastic, and you get a cable. I just wanted to mention the cable is 1.5 meters long, which is brilliant, and I'll tell you why it needs to be so long in a bit. So when you get it out and you first pick it up, it is super light. It's 146 grams. I mean, it's predominantly plastic. I mean, there's nothing really that should add weight to it, so it keeps it nice and light for when you're gaming on your phone, so it doesn't add too much weight at all. When the phone's in there, it is protected by this pad here, and this pad and this pad, and this is the pad that does all the cooling, and these pads here are just for protection. It goes from about 12 centimeters to stretches out to about 18, and if you look here on this pad here, so it can go quite deep as well, so you could fit it with a case as well, and quite a large case as well, because that's about 1.5 centimeters deep there. But there's no restriction really, because you could just put it on there. It's just these top bits would grip the top of your case. I don't think there's much restrictions on the size of the case. So as I said, it's all plastic all the way around, and the grips here, they have a nice bit of detail here for a bit of grip around there. My one issue is this bit here, this detail that runs through the middle, this is actually raised up a little bit, so you can actually feel it. It's not smooth all around there, which would be annoying, but it's not too bad. And there's 2 holes here, and you can feel them, and you think, oh no, I can feel them, and that's really nice. No, you need that, because when your phone's in there, you can either charge it by putting a cable in there or a cable in there. So it's really good that there's 2 holes there, so you can charge up your phone whilst you're using this grip. This bit here, right, brilliant. So you can remove it if you want to. On there, I will be going out testing that later, and you can move it up and down. This is basically a thumbstick, so this rests on the screen and you can move it. It is quite big, but I haven't had a problem with that as per playing all the games. I didn't have an issue with it. In fact, I found this absolutely fantastic. Just moving up, down, and we'll go through a demo using it on a game later, but just move up and down to where you want it and then use it. I think that's fantastic. Like I said, the only protection is there and there and there, and it won't actually touch these bits because it is raised up using this pad and these pads, so it doesn't actually touch anything, so it doesn't scratch. I mean, I've put this in and out of, my phone's been in and out of this for a long time, loads of times. I've been using this for a few weeks now, and I've not had one problem scratching on my phone at all. Okay then, flipping it over then, here we have the Gamesir logo right in the middle there of this fan. So this fan spins, there's your on and off button, and this is a desktop stand. Okay, so this metal bit here is desktop stand. So you ping that out and you can have it resting on your desktop. I would suggest that would be for if you're watching kind of like YouTube or watching a movie or something and your phone gets hot. This would be brilliant because you just have it resting on the desk like that. Now this fan is what pushes all the hot air, so it kind of like sucks it from there and pushes it out of there, and this has actually got some LEDs in it. And with the on-off button here, if I switch it on, okay, it doesn't work. Okay, what you've got to do is you've got to have it plugged in all the time. Okay, so it needs power all the time. That's a bit of an issue. You've got to have it plugged in. However, I think there's got to be a reason for that. I don't think there could be an internal battery on here because I just don't think it would last very long. It needs quite a bit of power, and I shall explain. So, as I was saying about the 1.5 meter cable, I've got it plugged in all the way over there. And here it is. If you plug it in and then you turn it on, there we go. So you've got some LEDs in there. They're not too bright, they're not too bad, and they rotate with the different colours. And then a fan, as you can feel. When it does get a bit hot and lose a bit of energy, this does boost up. I have never been a problem of thinking, oh gosh, that fan's too loud. It's not too bad at all. Okay, and then once you've turned it on again, you can then feel that this pad is getting colder, and we're going to do the tests in a bit. So like I was saying about using if you're using the kickstand, not a problem at all with the cable. And if I unplug this, I've got it plugged into a powered USB hub. It's gone off. I've got just a simple battery pack here. There we go. Okay, so if you need to and you're out and about, just need to get yourself a battery pack and it will start working, no problem at all. Okay, maybe getting a smaller cable than this 1.5 meter one. Okay, let's turn that off because I want to get this down to a room temperature. So we're going to start testing it. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to quickly show you how to use the thumbstick and show you that in working and how brilliant it is. So I just found the good game for this to use is Oceanhorn 2, so it's a really easy game to test it. And all you do is you put that on the screen there, so it rests on the screen, whichever height you want it. You could have it up there, or you could move it down if you want to, down to the bottom there if you want to. And then what you do is on your thumbstick, start moving it around, and there we go, we've got it. Okay, and then like that, and you've got yourself a thumbstick there. If you didn't want to use that, just do that and just ponk it off, and then you could just use your thumb if you wanted to. Want it back on, poke it back on, move it up, put it down, and then you've got it again using on a thumbstick. Now we're going to do the all-important testing. We're going to see how quickly and how cold this gets. So at the moment, it's been off for a few minutes now. It's kind of like normal to the touch. I'll say kind of room temperature-ish. Now let's get this tested, see how cold it is. So 29.8, 29.7, 29. So around 29, 30 degrees. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to plug it in, turn it on, and then quickly get it on there. So they reckon a second. There you go, look at that. Look at that go down. 25.5, 24. Wow. Still dropping. 22, 21, down to the 20s. There we go. Now is it going to go down 19? There it is, yeah. 18s. Move it around, see if it goes okay. So it goes a bit warmer out there and a bit colder in the middle. 15. 16. It's going to go 15. No, around 16. Okay, so 15, no, it's going to get a bit low. Like I say, it's not particularly scientific because this is keep going up and down, but around 15, 16, and that is really cold. So wow, how quickly was that got cooled? Absolutely superb. So what I've done now is I've let this get down to kind of room temperature-ish. Let's see how hot that is. So 33, so we haven't had this on for a bit. And then my phone here, I've had this running, and we're looking at around 35, 36 for this. So let's get this plugged in. It's on, so let's get my phone in here. leave it for a few seconds. We have 35 or 30 seconds here. And as I said, this isn't scientific because we know the internals will be a lot hotter than the outside. But if the outside's cooling down, then the internals will be cooling down quicker as well. So that's a few seconds. Yeah, I reckon that'd be about right. Let's test the temperature of this quickly. 26, 28, so it's obviously taking heat from the phone. And then the phone is now down to 31, 32. Let's put it on for a little bit more. So let's say we're gaming. There we go, that should be again another 5-10 seconds or so. Again, this feels really cold again. So 21, it's gone down to. Now this, gone down to 29, and you can feel it. You can definitely feel it cooling down. So can you imagine if you're playing a game on that with that cooling pad the whole time? It will be brilliant. It will really keep your device cool. If that's something you need, if you need something to keep your device cool for long periods of time, this will definitely help. I've got no doubts about it. Admittedly, I can't do the internal temperatures of an iPhone. As I keep saying, it's not scientific, but it's going to help. You can see the difference in the pad, and you can see the difference in the temperature of the phone as well. Okay then, there we go then. That's a look then at this then, the F8 Mobile Cooling Grip. What do you think? Like I was saying, plenty of positives, nice thumbstick. It does work. This does get really cold, so there's something in there doing some really good work, not just the fan. I like the desktop stand, I like the fact that it fits all the phones. Just a bit of an issue, it's a bit kind of like that, this sticks out a bit, that's a minor issue. It's got to be plugged in, but I think there's got to be a reason for that. So do let me know down in the comments below of whether you think you're going to be picking this one up. I'll leave links down below of where you can get hold of this. So there we go, that was my look at this and the F8 Pro Cooling Mobile Grip from Gamesir. Please do subscribe, think about sticking your thumbs up for this one, I'd really appreciate it. And until the next video, bye bye.